What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, and in this video, we're going to be checking out the Tecno Pova Curve 2 5G. Now this phone is actually the thinnest phone in existence with an 8,000 milliamp hour internal battery. So yes, this phone is very slim, but despite that, we're actually getting a battery of 8,000 milliamp hours. So that is the signature feature of this device. Of course, there's a lot more to like beyond that, and I'm looking forward to showing you all of that here in this video. So let's get started. So this is the Tecno Pova Curve 2 5G. Now, I'm a big fan of the Tecno brand because I feel like they're really pushing the limits on the amount of value and great specifications that you can get for smartphones that are still relatively affordable. The Tecno brand especially dominates when it comes to mid-rangers, and I feel like phones like this really do bring something different to the table. Now, one of the ways that this phone is unique definitely is to be the style of it. So you can see looking at the back of this device, it certainly doesn't look like your typical Android smartphone, especially when looking at this camera module. That is a very unique looking camera. Now, there's actually only one camera here. It kind of looks like there's three, but there is just one 50 megapixel main camera. But I like this frosted finish on the back of the device. If you look here in the corner, it kind of shows like a X-ray view of the inside of the phone. Of course, that's a graphic on the back, but again, really different and unique. You can see Pova branding right there, and then Curve 5G up there in the corner. So the back panel of this device almost reminds me of if someone put a skin on a smartphone, but this is the actual back. And then on the right side, I like how this power button has an orange accent on it. So again, just little things like that when it comes to the design of this phone that do make it look really cool and very unique. And speaking of unique, you can see this theme on the device does actually match the look of the phone with the silver and orange. So if you hold down on the home screen and then you go to icon style, you can see there are two styles here. So I have Vision Art chosen right now. So again, this Vision Art matches the overall look of this device and the color scheme. So that's really cool. But if you go over to High OS, which is the name of the skin that Tecno uses, you can see that things do look a lot different here. Now I will apply that here to show you the difference. And it's loading right now. So you can see we're getting totally different looking icons, of course, because it's a different icon pack. In some ways, it does remind me a little bit of iOS, for better or for worse. But heading back over here to that other icon style, Vision Art, again, I just really like Vision Art, and I love how it matches the look of the device. And you can see the phone does also support always on display. So of course I'm going to turn that on. And then now with the phone, there's an always on display. Now, if you like AI, I think you're going to really like this phone because if you hold down on the power button, it actually pulls up the AI assistant. And if you tap here, you get access to a bunch of different AI models. So I love how all this is built in and it's very easy to switch to the exact AI that you want to use. Now the photo gallery on this device is actually known as AI Gallery, which is pretty funny. Now I wouldn't say every AI feature here is something that I will be using again. For example, that's what I look like, but it created this AI photo of me. So maybe you can kind of see the resemblance, but not really. But on the other hand, if you go to Edit, you actually can go to AI Studio. And there's actually some really cool tools here. So there's AI Flare Remover, AI Shadow Remover, AI Reflection Remover, there's an eraser, but this one's really nice, AI Expand. So if you want to expand your image, you can start that extension and you'll see it in a second here. It's gonna fill in the missing areas, but we'll see what that looks like right now. And you can see it expanded things. So that's a nice usable feature here located in the Gallery app on this device. So like I mentioned, this device does have an 8,000 milliamp hour internal battery, and it is the thinnest phone with a battery of that size. Now this phone is 7.4 millimeters thick, so it is thicker compared to the iPhone Air and the Galaxy S25 Edge. But on the other hand, those phones don't have a battery of 8,000 milliamp hours. So again, it's setting records for what it is, and it definitely does feel like a slim phone in general. Now, the display here has a little bit of a curve to it, but you can almost barely tell. And this is a 6.78 inch display. The display is AMOLED. We're getting a refresh rate of 144 Hertz, so really high-end display here with the device. And the display also gets super bright with a nit peak brightness of 4500. So in comparison with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, that phone has a 2600 nit peak. Now the display is 1080p, we're getting a PPI of 429, and we are getting a 19.5:9 aspect ratio here with the phone. Now up top here, there's a 13 megapixel front-facing camera located in the hole punch, and then with this device, we are getting 128 gigabytes of storage, and there is no wireless charging here with the phone, which makes sense considering that it is meant to be a mid-range phone. Now, the device does have an in-display fingerprint sensor, and that works really fast. And in addition to that, we're also getting Face Unlock. And then with this device, we're getting 8GB of RAM paired up with the MediaTek Dimensity 7100. Now, I did run a benchmark test using Geekbench 6, so I'll show you the scores from that test right now. So I got a single core score of 994 and a multi-core score of 2941. So this phone without a doubt is a mid-range smartphone, that's for sure. It's certainly not going to be beating any records when it comes to the performance of it, but at the same time, the interface runs very smoothly, the phone's quick to start up, and in general, it's still a pretty snappy mid-range smartphone. And then again, with this phone, we are getting an 8,000 milliamp hour internal battery, but then also with that, we're getting up to 45 watt fast charging. So that's actually very fast charging here with this device. Now heading over to the camera app on the phone, you can see here's how things look, and there's one main camera on the back of the device. I like how the main camera is known as the AI cam. Something that is interesting though is that in video mode, you are limited to 2K video, which is a bit strange, and that's for both the front and rear cameras. But let's now take a look at some camera samples from the Tecno Pova Curve 2 5G. So this is certainly a mid-range device, and you can tell from the quality of the cameras, that's for sure. But at the same time, I still am happy with the camera quality from this device. The images still have great colors, things do pop, and definitely when it comes to the image quality from the cameras, the photo quality is certainly good enough that if you're going on a vacation and you want to take great looking photos to look back to in the future, you will not be disappointed. So I am happy with the cameras on this device. I do wish we had more than just one camera though. An ultra wide camera and even a telephoto would have been great to see, and I feel like they could have accommodated that here with this phone, but they just chose not to for some reason. So it really depends on how you are when it comes to taking photos and what you need. But at least for what it is, I do feel like the camera quality is still good. And let's take a look at some video samples from this device. Hey everybody, this is Kevin here, coming at you with a 2K from Facing Test video with the Tecno Pova Curve 2 5G. So 2K is the maximum video recording resolution for both the front and rear cameras on this phone. So definitely curious what you think about the video and audio quality from this test. And here is a 2K video using the rear camera on the device. And if you hear kind of like a humming noise in the background, that is the air conditioner, so it has nothing to do with the phone itself. And this is actually a pretty good test this time of day because we're kind of getting towards that period of time where the sun is setting. So you're getting some pretty direct sunlight here on the trees, but on the other hand, we're getting pretty much shadows here for the rest of the yard. And we have really fast autofocus in video mode. Now here's a 2x digital zoom. Now with this device, we do have a 50 megapixel camera, which definitely helps when it comes to digital zoom. And then back out to the standard zoom range here. But giving you a tour of the phone, on the right side we have volume up and volume down, also the power button. Up top here we have a noise cancelling microphone. On the left side here we have nothing. And then on the bottom of the device we have the slot for the SIM card, microphone, USB-C port for charging and data transfer, and the main speaker. And then on the back of the device we're just getting the camera module, but again I really like this unique design to it. And when it comes to wobble on a table, it's really not bad with that camera setup. So in conclusion, I do think the Tecno Pova Curve 2 5G is a very interesting smartphone. We're getting a super thin device, but despite that we're getting a massive battery in it. And again, that's one of the core features of this phone. So if you're looking for a stylish mid-range smartphone with a big battery and also a bunch of different AI features built in, then I think you're going to really like the Tecno Pova Curve 2 5G. But most importantly, I'm curious to know what you think about this device. Let me know in the comments, but this is Kevin here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.